All right, I'm Osei Kweku.
And I am Angella Sharpe, and welcome
to the Daily Mix.
It is our first show of 2018, and we are so excited to be back. Did you do anything fun to bring in the new year?
Not as exciting as the parties. I just kind of took it light, took it easy.
Just relaxed and waited for 2018 to come to you.
Yeah, we're here now. What about yourself?
I had a blast. So my goal as a little kid, I always wanted to be Dick Clark. Well, I got to kind of be Dick Clark and Ryan Seacrest. I hosted the balloon drop and balloon blow at Ameristar Casino.
That
you can
was
see
awesome.
on your screen, yeah. So they had all those like black lights and things that made the balloons glow.
Packed house.
Tons of people showed up. Tons of people. I counted them down, 3, 2, 1, had them yell 18 a couple times before we got started. And then right there, all the balloons that dropped down on them.
A lot of balloons.
It was so cool because you know what? I never had been to a balloon drop with adults. I've done it with kids before. Kids don't pop the balloons. Adults, they just all started popping the balloons. It was loud. It was cool.
Crazy, crazy. Well, we can't wait to see what 2018 has in store. 2017 was a fantastic year for STL TV as we stayed busy covering a lot of great events, organizations, and individuals.
That's right. And that is why we're going to take a look back at some of the highlights from the past year. Well, speaking of highlights, what were some of your highlights?
Well, for me, I actually was just really getting comfortable in St. Louis. I just moved here. I'm really still new.
Where are you from?
Well, I moved here from Atlanta,
Oh, okay.
all right? But my family's from Cleveland, so I'm familiar with the Midwest, but was really getting comfortable here in St. Louis, so it's been cool.
That's good. You kind of enjoyed yourself.
Yes, I have.
Good.
Yeah,
See, we're happy to have you.
Thank you for having me. What about yourself?
Well, 2017 was an awesome year because I'm a huge blues fan, and one of the huge things was the 50th celebration of the St. Louis Blues. We had a lot of fun events happening. We had a lot of pep rallies and alumni interviews. A lot of alumni came back to town. Of course, Wayne Gretzky always makes an appearance here in town, so there was a lot of fun stuff with that. Plus, I don't know if you know this, but I love country and I love concerts. I got to check out a lot of country concerts with some of my friends. So Hollywood Amphitheater was one of my favorite places this season. And of course, right there, that's my buddy, Eric Church. I'm a huge fan of Eric Church. So we saw him both here in St. Louis and twice in Nashville. Slightly stalkerish, but that's okay. He actually signed my glitter cowboy boot.
Look at that.
So, and he has a song, and these boots, and everybody takes off their boots and holds them in the air. Well, he saw my glitter boot, signed it.
You got it in case.
Yeah, sent it back to me. It says, to Angela,
Wait a minute.
Eric Church. Right? How cool
That's
is that?
kind of jazzy, Angela.
I know, right? So it pays to have some glitter cowboy boots. That was a lot of fun. And of course, I made a lot of trips to Nashville. Nashville's probably my heart. I was at the CMT Awards.
Okay.
And that was a great time with some friends. I went to the CMA Awards. And that was also really fun.
Look at you.
Yeah, CMA Fest, got some good seats for that. CMA Awards, I was sitting right behind Mr. Dierks Bentley. I met Randy Travis.
Mr. Travis.
That's cool, right? I mean,
legendary.
Legendary. He's a little out of it, but he was so wonderfully nice. And of course, you can't have a great season. Well, there I am right behind Dierks Bentley.
Wow.
Right? I had some good seats for that show, right?
Great seats.
Can't go wrong with that. And then, of course, we have a lot of Cardinals games. We took on a lot of Cardinals games. Got to hang out there at Gateway. They had the IndyCar races. So that was a lot of fun. Of course, got to interview Vaughn Gittin Jr. for STL TV, which is always a good time. And then Gateway also has the lights, the Christmas lights there. And I just picked up a gig hosting the in-game host for the St. Louis Ambush. So I had a very eventful 2017.
Yes,
so
I think 2018 is going to be even more incredible, right?
I hope it's as busy.
Okay. All right.
Coming up on STL TV, we've got a special guest, don't we?
Yes, we do. Tim Lampley is going to be joining us.
And let's get started on today's Daily Mix.
All right. 2017 started off in St. Louis on a high note with an event that was huge for St. Louis and was especially exciting for all of you hockey fans.
Oh, that's right. You know I'm one of those people. It was the Winter Classic. St. Louis fans have always wanted a Winter Classic. We finally got a Winter Classic, the alumni game, the Winter Classic. It was so much fun. And what you're about to see is Nelly. He made fans forget about the cold. Oh, it was so cold and it was so rainy, but it was so worth it. Check out Nelly at the pregame performance. Can you think of anybody more St. Louis than Nelly to have a pregame?
Yeah, representing. The fans look a lot warmer than I'm sure it actually was.
Oh, no, it was cold, it was rainy, but it was worth it. And a lot of those fans were really excited. They were like, Nelly's so St. Louis. Yeah. Cool to have there. And then, you know, because of my role with the Blues, I actually got to skate on the Winter Classic ice in Busch Stadium. To skate out there and see all those seats around you, I mean, that was a super cool experience.
Man, there it is. Speaking of Busch Stadium, the Cardinals also held a big event in January, the Cardinals Care Winter Warm-Up. Now, it may not be held at Busch Stadium, but you can still expect to find a sea of red at this annual event.
That's right. This is a super fun event that fans definitely come out in full force to. You know, they get to meet their favorite players, score autographs, and learn, of course, about the upcoming season. What I think is so cool is that, you know, we get to cover this for STL TV, and it's really exciting because, you know, you get to see the player and meet the player in the, you know, like the media. Mm-hmm. So they're talking serious baseball. But then what I think is like the coolest is when you go outside and you see like a little guy dressed to head to toe in like catcher's gear, wanting to be Yachty, who gets to meet his baseball hero.
They're idols, definitely. That's a big deal right there. And of course, our cameras were back at Busch Stadium for everyone's favorite unofficial holiday. You know I'm talking about the Cardinals home opener.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody loves Cardinals home opener. It's always huge. Now, not only did we open against the Cubs, who were defending, you know, champs, but this year it was on a Sunday. So, you know, people didn't have to call off work. They could just go out and celebrate. Plus, there was a Blues game early in the day, so a lot of people walked from the Blues down for Cardinals home opener. Did you come out?
Yes, I was. Actually, I was out there for the home opener, but I didn't realize that it's such a holiday that people can call off work.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that till I got here.
That's not the same in Atlanta?
No.
That was what makes us special.
There it is.
And both events were so much fun. Here's a look at some of the highlights.
The Winter Warm-Up is a way to bring owners, players, team personnel, broadcasters, and most importantly, fans together during the off-season to enjoy many activities and a great opportunity to get Cardinals memorabilia before the season. Continue our celebration out here at Ballpark Village. We're having a good time. Are we partying today?
Who's going to win tonight?
Go Cards! Go Cards!
Go Cards!
Go Cards!
Now, big changes came to St. Louis city government in 2017. In April, after 16 years, a new mayor was elected to office.
Lyda Krewson, the longtime alderman of the 28th Ward, made history when she was elected as the city's first ever female mayor.
Yep, change also came to the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department.
As 2017 came to a close, a month-long search finally came to an end when John Hayden was named as the new police chief.
Hayden joined the St. Louis Police Department in 1987. As chief, he will be in charge of 1,300 sworn officers, 400 civilian employees, and the department's yearly budget.
That's a big responsibility. Mayor Krewson and Jimmy Edwards, the city's new public safety director, made the announcement on December 28th.
Yep, and STL TV was there for both Krewson's election celebration and the appointment of John Hayden. Let's take a look.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Thank you to all of you tonight. As runners say, we ran through the tape tonight. We shattered a ceiling tonight. And together, we made a historic moment right here in the city of St. Louis. Thank you. Thank you.
In the capacity of police chief, it is certainly a privilege that I do not take lightly, and I pledge to do everything within my power to fulfill your and the citizens' expectations.
Now, much of 2017 was spent clearing a 97-acre site in North St. Louis to make way for the new headquarters of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency.
This included relocating residents and tearing down the remaining buildings. Well, most of the buildings were torn down.
Interesting. In February, Charles Etta Taylor's 2.5-story home was relocated less than a mile across town.
And of course, as you expect, crowds of people lined the streets as the 370-ton brick house slowly made its way to its new location. And of course, we were there too. Check it out.
Pretty impressive. Very cool. Another exciting moment in 2017 was, of course, the total solar eclipse. Were your eyes on the sky on August 21st?
Of course they were. So I have a 4-year-old nephew.
Okay.
So my brother made him one of those like paper plate things so he couldn't peek. But yeah, you have to go out there and see that. I mean, that's
it was one
amazing.
of the coolest things. I mean, just
You
that
were out there,
experience.
right?
Yeah, I was. It kind of felt like the aliens were coming.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I haven't seen any yet, but you never know, right?
Don't know. They may still be here.
Of course, our area was flooded by people from near and far as they came to experience totality.
Yep, STL TV captured the progression of the eclipse using a cool time-lapse camera through a pinhole viewer to catch the progression of the eclipse. We also joined the masses at the Botanical Garden and the Science Center to take in the epic moment. Let's take a look.
Now, I'm not sure if any stars came here to see the eclipse, but later that same week, Brian McKnight was in town for a benefit concert.
Big, man. While he was here, STL TV's Tim Lampley was able to catch up with him. They talked about everything from his long-running musical career and the changes he's made over the years to his new album.
Not long after McKnight's visit, I had the chance to hang out with some pretty cool guys myself. The Harlem Globetrotters.
There you go.
Have you ever hung out with the Harlem Globetrotters?
No, I have not. Were you hooping?
So basketball has left me a long time ago in high school, but man, they were fun.
Well, here's a little teaser Brian McKnight gave from his new album and some of the moves the Globetrotters showed off when they were here in the studio with you. I worship your lips and what you do with your fingertips. It's about time. A half an hour's passed and not too soon to ask. Baby, you got that something, and I need you now. I know you like to hear me say it out loud, that I want you. It goes like that.
Oh my God, brother, thank you so much.
Thank you. Wrap that thing around, and then I'll drop it, and then I'll shake a little bit. Oh, I'll keep that thing up. Oh, you ready for me? Easy for first one. Oh, first one.
I'm right there.
Oh, where you at? Easy. I'll take it there. Oh, what you got, big fella? They call him Big Easy for a reason. He is easy. Oh, he's easy going.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. Oh, bring that thing back.
Go around the world. I'll be
Oh,
right
roll
back.
that around. Roll it around. Roll it around.
Okay.
Now pause on
Look,
that
Mom,
back.
one hand. Oh, yeah. Here we go, baby.
Little kid Angela was pretty pumped about meeting the Harlem Globetrotters. And did I mention the Harlem Globetrotters were in town to host the Mid-America Emmy Awards?
Big. Oh, you mean the Emmy Awards were STL TV won for a tribute to Mary Wilson?
Those are the Emmy Awards I'm talking about. That's the one. Check it out.
She's been called a legend, icon, music pioneer, and supreme.
All right, and now the nominees for Excellence in an Arts and Entertainment Program Features segment. And the Emmy goes to Mary Wilson, a Supremes legend, Urban League Salute, STL.
And joining us right now is producer of that piece, Tim Lampley. And I told him, you better bring that Emmy out, Timmy.
And here it is.
I'm just going to go ahead and pull that.
Nice.
This is amazing.
Let me just say, you know what, before we even get started, let me just say how wonderful a job I think you two are doing out here.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I've been watching you. I'm a big fan. Angela, you are so sharp, too.
Oh, thank you so very much. I like to play on words.
I'm thinking about changing my name to Timo, the light-skinned chief. And I was just about to say, I thought light skin was back in until Sterling killed it last night and won for Best Lead Actor.
Yes, he did.
On the Golden Globe.
Yes, he did. Congratulations to you, man.
Yeah, we have to, first of all, we have to talk about this. Yeah. So, like, this is why I'm holding it. I'm hoping your good luck, kind of rubs off on me. When you won this award, what were your emotions? I mean, you won this award.
Yeah, well, let me tell you. I was sitting at the table and my girlfriend said I literally like hit her knee or her hand or something because I was like, what just happened? What just happened here? And it was great. The only thing about it, I'll tell you, is once we got on stage, they start playing, walking up to the stage, they were playing some of the Supremes music. At least I thought they were going to play the Supremes music. They ended up playing a cover version of Where Did Our Love Go by Phil Collins, which was really funny. But besides that, other than that, it was a great way to top off 2017. It was the top off for me. Because once we got there and I did my little speech and all that kind of stuff, they take you backstage and they have you sign for it, and then they take it out of a box and it's like, it's great. Yeah, and after working for a number of years doing what you love to do, which is, for me, telling stories, it's incredible to get recognized for it.
Well, I mean, it's got to be amazing. Now, we talked about this a little bit before you came on. Are you walking into McDonald's and just saying, like, can I show you my Emmy?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm talking to friends. I'm putting up.
Hey, did you see my Emmy?
Drive with it.
What have you been up to? How was your 2017? That's what I do.
Yeah.
But you know what was important for me when we worked on this project, Tony Miller and I, the editor, is that I make sure that I add the historical, make sure that I understand the historical nature of what I'm doing, because people will refer to this piece, and it was for an honor for the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, who honored Mary Wilson, and through the partnership with STL TV, we aired it here on television. That's how we got honored for the.
Well, let's speak a little bit about that project. What is your thought process going into a project like that?
Well, again, I'm thinking to get the facts right.
That's the most important part.
To get the facts right, because the person that I'm doing this video on is going to be watching this project. So Mary Wilson was there watching this project, so it's important for me to get the dates right and things of that nature. And a lot of people, the misperception, Mary Wilson, by the way, was the person who was with the Supremes from the beginning to the end. She was the only original there from the beginning to the end. And some people underestimate the significance of Mary and Florence Ballard, who is one of the other Supremes. Their story is based on, like, Dreamgirls.
Right.
That's their story, loosely. And as a background singer, people think that maybe they aren't as important as the Diana Ross character. Diana Ross did an incredible job as the lead singer of the Supremes. But the background singers were just as important, at least in this group. They were killing it. All three of them, they were bosses in the 1960s. You look at some of their performances, and I challenge some of the people out there to look at their live performances, because you see them on stage, and each of them, they learned those routines. We did a lot of recordings, and they lived out of a suitcase sometimes. They learned the harmonies, and they learned the vocals, and it's at that point where they came together as a unit to make it happen. And that's what I think people don't understand. It wasn't just a Diana Ross. She gets honored all the time, but you will never see an honor to Diana Ross and not see Mary Wilson's face. I've never seen an honor of hers and not see Mary Wilson as part of the historical significance of what she's being honored.
Did that make it even more special to be illuminating somebody who is known for being in the background?
Huge, yes, absolutely, because my mother and father, they grew up on Motown. I mean, they, you know, the Temps, the Tops, the Supremes, Marvelettes, you know, all of these people. And so to meet and talk with Mary Wilson and now become like a friend of hers, or she's like a mentor for me, to have that experience was really incredible. That's why I didn't take it lightly. I thought, wow, you know, I call her Miss Mary because I don't even want to say Mary Wilson. I usually call her Miss Mary or Miss Mary Wilson. And yes, it was an incredible experience.
That is awesome. Now, we talked about it earlier in the show. You met with Brian McKnight.
Brian McKnight.
For a piece.
Yes.
What was that like?
Brian McKnight was off the chain because he sang at the end, by the way, and he knocks you off your feet. But you can tell he's a perfectionist. You know, and he is always in great voice. One of the things, though, I did ask him sort of a little bit different from just a standard interview. I asked him a little bit about the song that he did some years ago. It's very controversial. It was really an adult song. And his viewers just flipped. His fans just flipped about this song. So I asked him to address it, and he did. He very, addressed it very well, I thought. But you have to see it. You have to watch it and see it.
If somebody's watching right now and they're like, man, I want to know more about that, how can they watch that?
Well, you can go to YouTube and watch it, but also STL TV will continue airing it, so you can check out our listings to find it as well. But if not, go to YouTube and look up Brian McKnight, Tim Lampley, Brian McKnight, STL TV, and you'll find it.
It's going to be a good one. Maybe another one of these.
You know, we're hoping to get a nomination for another one, by the way. And, you know, maybe that'll happen in 2018. It'll be a great 2018.
And if you want to know more about Tim, right there, we had some of your stuff on the screen right there. We've got
fantastic.
your Twitter, your Instagram, and, of course, your YouTube channel.
And I know you both have done radio, too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you like better?
Oh, for me, TV, hands down.
Really?
TV.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Because you get to see the people more, I feel like. Even, you know what I mean? Like, you get to more of the interaction. Radio, you're in a little box.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot more energy. A lot more.
I feel like I want to sing the national anthem when I say Osei's name.
I know, don't you?
Osei.
That's the right way to pronounce it. It is. Yeah.
We could talk to Tim all day, but unfortunately, we got to go.
Yep.
But make sure you check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for coming here and letting me hold your Emmy.
Thank
you. Yep.
I'm hoping this good luck rubs off on me. We want to hear from you, so you can always drop us a line at the Daily Mix at STV.